each and every day. And so a way to do that is to think about your funeral and to think about your family and your close friends around you. What would you want them saying about you at your funeral? And this is such a good way for me to understand my values, because in an anxiety disorder or in any real worrying disorder, you can really have your identity changed and challenged. And it's really hard to find what you really care about, because you're torn between caring about your safety so much versus caring about things that you might, would have cared about if you weren't so cared about your safety because of your anxiety disorder. So being able to look at that from a long distance away and going, I'm dead. I don't need to worry about all this stuff. I'm dead, which is a really nice way to look at it, because you're like, for someone with an anxiety disorder, it's not about the here and now that you're worried about those things. It's like your life's over. It's past. What do you want people saying about you? And for me, that's really easy to identify what I want people saying about me. Things like, I want people to say that I loved people. I want people to say that I was generous, that I was selfless. I want people to say and remember stories with me, great times they had, lots of laughter and things like that. That's really easy for me to identify. And so then I start to build out a value system within myself that goes, wow, these are the things that I value. These are the things that mean something to me. And those are then the values that I want to use to make my decisions from now on, instead of aligning with anxiety or instead of aligning with those emotions, any emotional dysregulation, whether it's anger, worry, frustration that comes up, whatever. Rather than aligning with that story, I want to align with my values more, because these are the things that I've shown that mean something to me, the way that I want to live my life, the guidelines that I want as I walk in life. And so, yeah, I think values are so important, because then in the moment of, when you're triggered and you are, in that moment where you've done the work of being aware, open to new possibilities, you have like that brief window that you realize you can make a different decision than the one that the trigger is telling you to make, which is, your default decision of whatever that was. You're open to the possibility of making a new decision. What decision should I make? But if you know your values, then you know what decision to make, because you want to align them to your values. You want to align them to who you want to be on this earth. And I think that that's such a good guideline to have in recovery, that it's such a good thing to meditate on, that's who you are. That's what you want to be.